What's going on YouTube? Boss Jacoby here, back again with another competitive gaming video, and this is part 2 of the grid SND I just uploaded. I'm doing this just a bit later here, and hopefully you guys don't mind. But anyways, we're still on board here with Zim. He pushes up top here B, and he's gonna get not 1 kill, he gets 2 kills right there. And in a 4 on 4, SND 2 kills is absolutely amazing, especially that quickly. Now, we're on board here with Bomber, who is bottom A, and if you guys watched the first part, which if you didn't, by the way, I'll include a link in the description box below. But if you did, you noticed that Bomber did this a lot of the time. His job was watch A, watch the middle, somewhere around there, and he does a really good job of it. I don't think the opponents plant A once. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure they don't. And as I get taken out, I did not play well this game at all, and I touched on that briefly in the first part. But Bomber rotates over here back to B, and I forget what he does, so let's just kind of see what he does together. But he pushes up here B. Yeah, I think he's about to spot an enemy here, or he didn't. He ran down the stairs going into the middle. And with 20 seconds left, guys, it's important to rotate between bombs. Nobody's planning at A, so his job is just going to be going back to B. And he decides to take a little bit of a different route, and this actually paid off. He was able to jump up, kill the bomb planter, take the 4-2 lead. That's a really, really nice move on Bomber's part. Not going the expected way, and also if you jump up that way, you have a really much better angle on the bomb site. For example, if you went up the stairs that he did a little bit earlier in the round, he wouldn't have maybe been able to see the opponent planting, or the opponent planting would have been able to see him, stuff like that. So the way that he played it was really smart. We're back on board here with Zim, and again, like I mentioned, he's going to be watching the flank over here. Now, one thing, I'm not quite sure if I said this because it was a little bit ago, but one thing I wish that he would have done is not had bomb, because he was going far away from the bomb site we wanted to plant at, which is B. And I think actually in this round we go over towards A, but essentially on this map, pretty much every time you want to try and rush B, unless you continue to do that and it doesn't work. But since we're up 4-2, I would have kind of expected us to go B, but maybe that's why he went A, and he gets his plan off here. He gets his plan off. Let's see where he goes. He stuns the Jeep because he knew somebody was there. He almost had that kill. He tried to juke out the opponent right there. He was unable to do so, as our whole team is out right now. And I know because it's recorded in theater mode, it's a little bit hard to follow. But it's we're up 4-2 right here, and the opponents just defused the bomb right there. You'll notice on the bottom left and on the scoreboard it's now 4-3. We're about to switch sides. Takeover, as I mentioned, is now 0-7. He goes 0-8 and then he leaves. So we'll kind of stay tuned on that and pay attention to that. But here Zim is again going top B, just trying to stick to the same old strategy, but just switch up the spots a little bit, which is something I talked about in the Hanoi SND one. Not right there. He should have died way quicker than that. But he did note that the bomb was down over there. So you'll see the rest of our team that's set up over at A kind of moves over towards B a little bit. Now, we're not in Skype during this gameplay, and I believe the other team was, so that's somewhat of a disadvantage that we had. But we're not big into, I guess you can call it cheating, although it lands, you're allowed to do it. But we just didn't, use Skype at all, and I think that the opponents did. So, anyways, Bomber plays this really smart. That's who we're on board with right now. He does a great job here, rotating back to be Reputed. Knows that the bomb's over there. Both Reputed and Bomber here know that the bomb is over by B. So they do a good job of creating a perimeter around B. So you'll see that Reputed on the minimap is watching the front side of B, or the opponent's side, and then Bomber here saw that the opponent was behind B bomb, was cooking a grenade, didn't know quite where the opponent was going to go. But his job right now is to watch either if the opponent chases him, like he did right there, he was able to pick up the kill, or if the opponent came up those back stairs. So anyways, guys, it's 5-3 right now. Bomber is 10-5. Zim is 9-5 with the plant. Everybody's doing very well. You noticed that the takedown left during that last round. He just joined back, but he was 0-8 when he did so, and he proceeds to go 0-2. And it's just, I've never seen it. I guess I should probably stop talking about it. Before the next S&D game mode we play, I drop an 0-10, or even worse. 0-11 is the worst you can do. But anyways, so I guess I kind of feel bad for the opponents. They were a good team other than this map. All 4 of them played really well, and this was a close match all the way through. It wasn't a scrim or anything like that. It was either an ICN match or it was a GB match or something like that. But it was obviously not a scrim here because we don't really scrim too much of SND. It's more gun skill and just communication rather than organized setups and stuff like that. Essentially, we just have one guy watch each spot on the map. We don't really have one guy explain what they do and really coordinate between one another. Because in MLG variant especially, players rely on their shot a lot, and my shot is actually really, really good. I've been playing against a lot of, maybe not the best people in the world, but some of the best people, and my shot holds up to theirs, and it's good to see because I'm not a PS3 player, all the way through. I used to play Xbox, and that's really what I'm most used to, up until, maybe a few weeks ago when I really got accustomed to the PS3 controller, and my shot is really on point right now. I just happen to not play too well in this gameplay. Right here, a little bit of theater malfunction, but we switch on over to Reputed, who was able to not pick up the kill. Time limit reached, but as you guys see on the scoreboard, he would have had to pick off 2 opponents, so it didn't really matter whether or not he got that kill at all, unless the game went into overtime, which let's see if it does. So Zim right here, I think his mentality going into this last round is, let's finish this game. I want to go get off of PS3, because he takes the game into his own hands and just absolutely, goes in pretty much. And he was able to pick off one guy with the nade, second guy right here on the stairs. So that's 2 kills right off the bat with only a minute left in this round. So about 22 seconds into the round, he already has 2 guys dead. And he's watching this front entrance to B, watching the corners, and he's able to pick off the third and final kill. I believe somebody else took out takeover, excuse me. But there you guys have it, 6-4. If you guys enjoyed this S&D on Grid, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot, and I do appreciate it. And Zim and Bomber and Reputed, thanks for backpacking me. I'm out of here. See ya.